Hi gorgeous lights, welcome to the new day. Just wanted to put up another energetic update because the guides are full on at the moment, and if you are not listening to your intuition and staying in your emotional vibes, then you're going to get a lot of understanding that actually comes from the universe at a really practical and logical level. Now, the reason why is that Spirit has been talking an awful lot this morning about the energy that's starting to come in over the next 3 to 4 months, and it will really kick off from about the middle of August, and it is actually this really cool manifestation energy as well. Now, in order to come into a really clear manifestation energy, they're telling me this morning, then there has to be a semi-clearing out energy of anything that doesn't serve you, or anything that you're attached to the outcome, or you have a limiting belief structure around it, everything like that you're attached to. So as human beings, because we're a very small picture, we do have a tendency, and I'll use this kind of scenario where maybe we want to buy a house, and we're really excited about buying that house, and then something happens and everything falls over and it suddenly goes pear-shaped, and you're just like, well, I really wanted that outcome that was really annoying. In that limitation, in that frustration, in that annoyance, you're looking at it from the human perspective, which says, I demand and I want to control what the outcome is to do with that as well. And I totally get it about house. It's a really big purchase and it really throws people as well. However, there is redirection and there is protection, but there's also the bigger picture that you cannot see, that the universe is actually trying to implement, that will keep you better off in the long run. Now, we human beings run on control and attachment to everything all the time. In this energy, this is such a bad idea, guys, because it's a clearing energy and there's multiple layers of stuff going on. Honestly, someone said to me the other day, why don't you put more videos up? I would, if I could keep my focus for 5 minutes on how rapid fire the changes are, and I will try to do that. I promise I will try to do that. But attachment. So we can have attachment to outcomes, we can have attachment to situations, we can have attachments to people, animals. We can have this amazing attachment that says that we want it to be the way that we want it to through our field of vision, and that is a limiting belief because it says that things will only turn up the way that you can envisage them. And it isn't that you don't have this amazing creative brain, you do, but only having one favourable outcome from something is a limitation defined by the universe, because the universe is like, oh, what about this? 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 And it goes on, it's endless. It's absolutely endless. So, attachment. Have a look and see where the universe is kind of rocking your boat at the moment and showing you that you may be attached to a situation that you know in here isn't really good for you, but you're like, it's better the devil I know than the devil I don't. Oh, it's not a way to approach it. The universe will poke that and actually say, you know that that's not in your best interest. So I'm just going to illuminate that it's not in your best interest so that you actually decide what is, you know, what you're actually doing. And it's coming thick and fast at the moment, guys. So you just need to be really mindful of that, because once you clear out being attached to things, and Spirit has worded it this way, and I think it's a really great way to put it. And I want you to look at it the right way, because I'm just listening to Owen, and he said, look, some people are just going to point out that, you know, that it's been really difficult. We don't like change. Nobody likes change. We can say that this isn't fair, that this has actually happened. But over the last 3 years, what has actually happened at a collective consciousness level we've been semi-programmed to actually go, you know, I'll just do nothing because there's probably something else really awful going to happen. There's probably something else that's just going to rock my world. There's probably something else. So I'm not going to do very much. And then we tell ourselves that we're going with the flow. But in reality, you're just in inertia. You're in a waiting space that it doesn't enable you to, and I'm seeing people starting to slowly come out of it, and I'm really, really grateful for that. But they're coming out of it, some people with a because you're not realizing that you are holding yourself back. This universe sees it as a limitation, and it's not because you're supposed to reinvent the world or whatever. It is that you're actually supposed to be going, this is what I would really like in my life. This is what I desire, not what I need. This is what I desire. This is what I want. This is what I'm going after. This is my opportunity in the playground of life to actually play enough and actually really enjoy what I'm actually doing. Spirit never wants people to work themselves to death. And before you have a jump on me and go, well, the economy is really, really bad at the moment, here's what's actually happening with the economy. We are wasteful. We are the perfect consumers. We spend money on things that we think serves us. In reality, they don't. When you bring it back to basics and you say what actually truthfully makes you happy, you're going to actually be really surprised about what actually makes you happy. It could be coffee with a friend. It could be a walk on the beach. It could be something really simple. So when things get really hard economically, it makes you look at what's truthfully important to you. What is really important? Is it connections of people? I bet you it's not things. So hunt me down, shoot me for that one. But it's really, really important that you actually understand that when you're surrendering in difficult circumstances, you're going to find out what's truthfully really, really important for you. That's a really good thing. And it isn't about being resentful about it. It's about understanding that within the changes and the challenges, amazing growth happens to you. You expand your consciousness. You start to look at things in a different way, and you level up into an understanding. We always bring in more gratitude. The universe responds to that, and there's more options, and you start to get really, really creative. You start to go, actually, I need to look at things a different way because that's not working. All of this is happening right at the moment to rock people out of comfortable comfort zones that never served you when you came for a temporary time on the earth plane to learn about yourself. Because they're playing that song in my head, there ain't no sunshine without rain. There's not. And you can't sit in appreciation of something if something is just tedious and you're waiting for something. I'm waiting for some drama to happen. Oh my gosh, I hear that all the time. I'm just waiting for some drama to happen. Why are you waiting for something awesome to happen? In fact, why are you waiting? Why are you creating something that's actually really amazing? Or you're looking at your day and going, this is really cool about my day. What you focus on, you become. What you focus on, the universe shows you more of. Our brains are wired that way. If you're only going to focus on negativity, it's an algorithm. That's all it's going to see. You've got a big Google up here. That is all you're going to see. So it's really, really important to understand that as you're surrendering attachment to outcomes, and don't get me wrong, you can have an attachment. I would love that to fall into place. I know that the universe is going to conspire to bring this to me, or whatever, but you're leaving a threshold for expansion, for growth, for understanding, for wisdom, and while you're ticking along, rolling that ball towards where you want to go. It's your, like, just talking to me about impatience, it's your human impatience says it has to happen now, let's happen now, in the format that I expect it to, and it's not allowing you to expand. And this is the process that the planet is going through right at the moment. Expanded consciousness, looking at our structures, our institutes, our ways of living, our economic stuff, our political stuff, and going, does this really serve me? And do I have more of a say about this than what I actually realise? Do I like living my life this way? The planet has been changing for a very, very long time. The rise and falls of societies. You can track things back, but we have come into an unhealthy space of living, and we need to actually look at, not externally how we're living, a little bit, we're the perfect consumers, but about real value, about what you're getting out of your life. And if you can free from attachments, then you can start creating and manifesting without rules, conditions, deadlines, control, so that the universe can say, now you're heading towards living your beautiful life as well. So this is everything that we're going through right at the moment, guys. It's intense. It is intense. You totally have got that right. But then come back to compassion for self and forgiveness that it needs to change, and start reworking the program and start to actually go, do you know, there's things I can actually look forward to. There's people that I do want to connect with. There's spaces that are being created for me by taking out the old drossy stuff that's driving you nuts. People, places, things, whatever, that is creating space for you to go, actually, let's just explore this, experiment with this new stuff and just have fun, because I don't know where I'm going with it, but I can see that I can actually create a direction out of these changes and stop. Seriously, the one thing that I really would like the planet to stop doing is wallowing in self-pity that things are not 100% the way that we think it should be. We need to start celebrating on a daily basis the things that are actually really awesome, that you connected with a friend, you had a coffee, someone rang you and said hello, or you snuggled up on the couch with a pet and it's just divine. Please come back to the basics. It's really important. Get out of your head. Get into your heart, think about where your needs are, all of those sort of things. Can't stress enough, so important in this energy for you to actually understand and not get caught up on the nitty gritty details like that are just, you think are driving you nuts, that next week you will not care about, next year you would have forgotten. It is about refocusing and starting to actually bring the joy, the passion, the love, all of those things back into your life, instead of being bogged and weighed down with almost like a predictability of things are going to be really difficult. You are the person that is good control of your emotional state when you wake up every single day. Can you start to bring some joy back into it? You know, there's protection, there's redirection, there's connection, there's so many things going on at the moment. Please don't resent the clearing out that's happening to enable you to expand into the truth of who you are as well. And I'd just like to say, can you start owning your truth? We've been taught for years and years, you can't say that, you couldn't do that, you shouldn't do that, you shouldn't feel that, blah, blah, blah. You feel exactly the way that you feel. Just don't smack someone else with it. You're allowed to feel the way that you actually feel, but you're also allowed to say, have an opinion, be that person. We're heading towards being telepathic. I might have mentioned it before. You can't be telepathic if you're lying up here and saying something different there. Your thoughts, your words, your heart energy, your whole energy has to match in order for you to come into unity within yourself. We've entered the age of Aquarius. Who do we have to start with to start unifying, to start not critiquing or judging out here, because you're only judging out there as much as what you're judging in here. There's a lot that's coming on to push and pull you into accepting states of who you are, the truth of who you are, so that you can accept other people. That is unconditional love, people. It isn't about critiquing how that person's turning up because you're only critiquing yourself. It is about actually going, I'm really okay with everything being exactly the way that it is, and then you can accept other people exactly the way that they are. You've got to have clear boundaries, 100%. Don't get me wrong. It isn't about letting people stampede over you. And if you notice, when you do let people stand over you, your internal dialogue is absolutely ridiculous, because you're like, I should have stood up for myself. Yes, you should have. You should have. Free your mind, free your heart, free your words in a compassionate and loving way with yourself, and you'll find it so much easier to deal with other people. Please take care of you in this awesome, changeable, intense energy. You are the lead in your life. Do the work with you first, understand you first, and suddenly you come into a whole realm of different freedom as well. Take care of you.